Hello, S2 students, this is Miss Anne. As some of you still have problems in making a natural frame, so today I would like to show you the details of how you can tie different natural materials on your frame. But before that, I just want to recap that we have learned different forms of organization, if you remember, and just want to show you some example. This is the original draft done by me. And always remember that before you're making the frame, you have to plan before you do your final work. So I believe that you should have your frame ready, which you already get your branches and then tie different angles of it. Make sure that they are tight enough, and then you will see that when I tied the net here, I have to make sure that each part I have tied the knots. Okay, that is very important. 記住每一 part 咧，我哋都要打裂嘅。Okay, so that it won't loosen up when you add any natural materials on top of it. Okay, so now we move on to the next part. As you can see that Miss Anne has already used the needlework, and then I have already sewed some of the petals and the leaf onto the net here. So now I'm going to show you the details of how I made it. Okay, so let's have a look of it. So first of all, you should have your materials ready, which I have prepared as it is the thread. I believe that most of you have one at your home, and surely you should have your needle also. And then I will get some water as well, because in case the end of the thread here is a little bit loosened up, and I can use the water to tighten it again. Okay, so that is the water. And then I have many natural materials ready next to me, so later on I will try to sew it on the top and let you to have a look. But just one reminder for you that in case you would like to sew the leaves on the net, make sure that you choose those leaves that are, I would say that is harder, or they are more flexible, so that when you sew on it, it can sustain it more. Because I found that some of your leaves, they are too dried already, and it is very fragile. If you still need to sew on it, you will easily break it. Okay, so let's move on. So now I'm going to make sure that I have enough thread to use. Usually I will use about my arm length. Okay, my arm length to be the length of the thread. If you ask me how many cm, I will say about 50 cm for the string length. Okay, and then this is the most difficult part. Many of you find it very, very difficult, but I will say that actually it is not that difficult. You just need to be patient to go to put the thread through the hole. Okay, and then after that, okay, you can see that it's already passed through the hole, and I have to make sure that I have to tie the end, and I usually would balance it. Okay, make sure that the two threads, they are in the same length, and then I will just do it in a very simple way. Just make it a hole like this, right? Make it a hole, and then the end of it go through the hole, and then you just stretch it. Okay, and then you will see that it's a knot, a very small knot found here already, a very small one. And usually I will tie one more in order to make it tight and then firm enough. So make sure that when you when you tie the knots, make sure that it lie on the previous one. If this is not successful, usually I will make it one more time. So just be patient. Doing needlework, you just need your patience. Okay, see, the knot is found. Sorry, I'm not feeling very well today. I'm so sorry about it. Okay, but you can see that the knot is already big enough. Okay, so now I have all the things ready. Then I will move on to my task. So I have my frame ready here. Okay, and then now I'm going to choose a leaf. Okay, maybe I choose this, the green one, a bigger one for you to look at. So the other one, because I'm doing a free form, so I just randomly maybe put in the way that I think it's artistic and beautiful. So here I get my leaf ready. So my goal is to sew the leaf with the string, so that I need to make sure that when I sew it, my thread must pass through the leaf and then cross the thread here, so that the path will be like this, from this part and then cross, 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 and so on. So make sure that it will be firm enough. So now I'm actually starting from the back of the frame. Okay, 我而家係用緊個 frame 嘅背面。Because I don't want anyone to see the knot here. Remember, I have a very big knot here. So I want to hide it so that, so that's why I start from the back, okay? So now I can start with my needle and then just penetrate the leaf. Okay, you can see the knots here will stop here because it is big enough to stop at the part. Okay, so as I have mentioned, then I have to pass it from the other end here. So somehow you have to sense it, where to put the needle. Make sure that it is almost next to the thread here. Okay, but now you can see that my thread still haven't crossed the net here, the main path here. So I need to cross it, okay? Okay, need patience. See? Okay? And then for the other side again, from the back here, I try to find the way here. And then up. And then cross. You can see. Cross over the main thread here, the white one. Okay? 嗱，你見到我一路縫咧，其實你就會睇到咧嗰個線咧，就會一路喺塊葉嗰度咧，再咧去 cross 咗白色呢一條繩嘅，因為嗰條繩就係我個 net 嚟㗎嘛。咁我要 make sure 我嗰個葉係可以同我嗰個 net 係縫埋一齊，咁所以我要去咁樣做。嗱，咁其實冇嘅呢啲嘢咧，你就耐性就得㗎啦。So you need to be very, very patient when you do your work.
Don't rush, okay? Good work takes time, right? Okay? I'm sorry that today I keep coughing. Okay, so if somehow disturb you to listen to my instruction notes, I would like to apologize for it. I'm so sorry about it. Okay? 咁你見到 Lisa 咧已經慢慢咧將嗰個繩、嗰個線咧去不停咁樣將佢去縫埋一齊啦。Okay? So I'm almost done. So I just want to add one more, then I'm done with it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I have to end this part.
I
Okay?
will show you how to end it. Okay, see guys, so now I am going to end the part here. So what I have to do is I have to tie the final knots here in order to stick firm. Make sure that this leaf firmly stick with the string here. Now it is actually quite tightly stick together already. Okay, so what you have to do, prepare your scissors, and then I will reserve about a finger length, and then cut it. So then you will have the extra string here, which is very, very useful because you have to use it to tie the knot. Okay, so for the final knots, that here we can separate into two strings, you can see. And then just like what you did when you tie your shoelace, you have to tie it like this, right? Okay, but you don't need to make a butterfly. Okay, nothing complicated, just make it simple. For me, I usually tie 2 knots or even 3 knots to make sure that everything it is firm enough. And then one more thing is be gentle. Just make sure that you tie it up will be fine. Don't use all your force to tie it, okay? Especially for the boys. 男同學注意，你唔好太大力。我哋中文咧有中文有個叫陰力，係咪啊？係，我哋用陰力咧去打呢啲裂嘅，唔係用死力嘅。如果你用死力咧，好大力嘅話咧，你嘅葉都爛埋嘅。Okay? And then afterward you can cut out the extra part of the string. Okay, carefully. And then also here, the starting point. Okay, so that's, see guys, it's already done. So you can tie your leaf perfectly on your work. Some of you may ask, oh, Miss Anne, when I sew the leaf, it keeps turning. Okay, so this is very natural. In case you really find it very annoying, just like mine here, I have actually sewed 2 parts. 好似我呢個咁啦，佢之前咧係咁反嚟反去咧，其實我係 sew 咗2 part 嘅，一個喺呢度啦，另外一個呢度嘅。Okay, so you have to. It's like physics. How you can tie the knots in order to make it firm enough. So maybe if this leaf keep turning, I would suggest you maybe here I can actually add 1 more knot. Okay, crossing the branch to the leaf so that it will be fixed. Okay, firmly on my frame here. So you can use your own wisdom, right? Okay, 用你諸般嘅智慧，諗下點樣可以將啲嘢 fix。咁咧，我唔建議同學用膠水嘅。Some of you will suggest, can I use glue gun, which is not preferred, I would say. Okay, so I will stop here because the video will be very, very long. For the second part, I will show you, besides using the leaf, you also have some material like stones, right? You have stones or maybe some different very special plants, or even some of you pick up some clips, okay, wooden clips, okay? For those other materials, how you can attach it with your frame. So I will show you in the next video. See you soon.